Hello and welcome back to the Friday Feels episode of the U Up podcast. I'm Jordana Abraham.
And I am Jared Freed. It is so good to be back here with you, Jordana, the week between Christmas and New Year's.
Yes.
Where time and space and calories don't exist. Does
Stand
work
still.
happen? Does it not happen? This is that week that feels a little weird, like you should be doing a little bit more. You might be on a walk just to get away from it all.
Yes.
And you got us in your ears. We want to thank you for making us a part.
It's a big reflective week, I feel like.
Huge reflective week. What's going to be new for me in the new year? This is the week where you start making your list. What are the changes I need to make? And a lot of people, it turns into, the biggest download day of the year.
That's once we get to January, we'll talk about that next week.
We will talk about it next year, next week, next week. I hate those people.
Yeah. See you next year.
See you next year.
I'm going to say that to you tomorrow. And I won't see you till next year.
Yeah, see me. You'll say it at the end of this episode.
Yeah.
That's how weird this week is. You don't know what day it is.
If there's anything you wanted to accomplish in 2025, it's probably too late.
It is definitely too late. You're not going to lose 50 pounds today. It ain't happening.
No.
I'm sorry to inform you.
Yes. Maybe 2026.
That promotion isn't happening.
2026 will be your year, maybe.
Was it your year in 2026? Is there another episode in this year? Because this could be conversation we could be having.
I think there's a New Year's Eve episode.
There's a New Year's Eve episode. So we will leave these questions that make you depressed to next episode.
Yes. For now, we're still having some fun. It's Boxing Day. I don't really know what that means.
Boxing Day.
Yes. What does Boxing Day mean?
Is that British
exactly?
Christmas?
It originated from giving gifts to servants and the poor, evolving the major day to post-Christmas shopping sales. So
So we went from giving to the poor to, hey, I need some extra money on the discounts. That's crazy. Although I always knew it as a UK holiday. Ours is Black Friday, theirs is Boxing Day.
Well, it makes sense. I feel like now everyone wants to get rid of all their Christmas inventory of shit now that everyone's done buying gifts for people.
Oh, I go shopping after Christmas is over. That's when I go to the store.
For the sales?
Get all the sales.
Yeah, nothing worse.
Cash in.
Nothing worse than going to the mall on December 23rd.
And you forget. As a Jew, you forget. You go to the mall, you're like, what is going on here? And it's like, and then you hear jingle bell, jingle bell. You're like, oh shit.
It's the mad rush.
I never should have been here today. Yeah, I've done that before.
Yeah. Bad idea.
So are you doing anything? Right now, baby mode.
Yeah.
Is it like...
I have a lot of shit to do.
Right, you got you got the run up coming. This is happening.
Sneaking up on me.
Holy shit, we're gonna be a fucking parent. I'm gonna be an uncle.
I know.
What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do?
Are you ready?
Nervous. I don't know if I'm ready.
Have you prepped?
I haven't.
Yeah?
I haven't done.
Yeah?
I haven't read the books.
Yeah?
I don't know what to do.
I thought you were gonna be my labor coach.
I could be.
Yeah.
I only know labor via sitcoms.
Oh, that's funny. Well, Mike,
they always had the Lamaze class episode of every sitcom, and then
no one
guy
goes
would
to
feel
those
weird.
classes.
No,
I don't think. I wasn't sure, but then I asked my friends. I'm like, because the doctors will be like, oh, if you want to take the class, you can sign up here for the class. And then I texted my friends. I'm like, did you guys take the class?
Nerd.
And they were like, no. Why would we take the class? They're like,
oh my god, I feel like
it's gonna
TV
happen.
steered me wrong.
It's coming out one way or another. So
right.
Why would you take the class? Yeah,
man, that is one of those things. I call it the punch bowl theory. Things you see on TV that aren't real,
right? That you think are super legit,
right? You've seen every show had a punch bowl at a dance, and it got spiked, and we're all drinking from the punch bowl. I'd never seen one punch bowl in my life. Right? Every TV show had the boss at an interview. You got the job. I've never had an interview go that way where
you're right.
No one stands up. You got the job.
Right. You get an email a week later with
it's
conditional
or they don't
whatever.
You.
Yeah.
There was no
or you
TV
hear
show.
nothing. Yeah.
No TV show ever showed you what it was like to go for an interview and then have nothing happen.
Yes. That and when someone surprises someone with plane tickets for whenever they want to visit.
That's great.
Which doesn't exist.
No, that doesn't
either.
exist either. Yeah. Buying someone plane tickets, I'd be like, I don't even know. I'd be anxious even to think about
an actual ticket that used to be a thing.
Well, you're right. The actual ticket. I mean, that was Home Alone.
Yeah.
They've got the tickets in their hands. Yeah, that was an old thing.
I mean, there was no kiosk.
No.
Or phone app.
Right.
Crazy.
The world has changed.
But yeah, I got a lot of shit to do. It's gonna be working Christmas to New Year's for me.
Wow. The baby's coming.
Yeah, couple.
I can't believe.
Yeah,
I don't know how we're gonna handle this.
the
This is gonna ruin us financially.
the three of us. Yes, I
Yeah.
don't know how the three of us are. Well, maybe if I'm not able to go pick up the baby from where the surrogate is,
Yeah.
you'll just
You want me to send me?
you can go with Mike.
I'll go with Mike.
Yeah, two of
we'll
you.
bring V. We'll videotape the whole thing. It'll be my new backstage
Yes,
behind
yes.
the scenes. If you can't go, I might take you. This is
Maybe.
me. This
I
is
mean, that
single
would be-
Jared being like, maybe.
I mean, listen, the YouTube. I think the YouTube would do very well.
Would you? I don't.
Yes.
You wouldn't be up for that. If I videotaped me going with Mike to pick up the baby,
You talk him through cutting.
who's this guy?
You talk him through cutting the cord.
Wait.
Well, the surrogate was like you can have up to 5 people in the delivery room.
Really?
Yeah, that are not her. So she's having her partner, and then
Uh-huh.
me and Mike, hopefully, and then we've got room.
There's room.
There's room if you want to
Who's
come.
this?
Yeah.
Oh, this is my podcast co-host. That would be the funniest.
And our
thing.
producer.
And our producer. When is it? When are we going?
Like mid-January.
So I would get on a flight.
Yeah,
Consider me a
Okay.
week maybe.
a week maybe. Okay,
A week
A week
maybe.
maybe. I give it like a 15% chance.
I higher than that, 25.
25. Okay, a
Is
week
that-
maybe 25.
If the schedules work out, like
It might.
there is a piece of
Where
me
you
that's
going?
like this
Yeah.
is. So, I mean, my life is all bits, so
Right.
this is quite a bit
Yeah, I mean,
to show
this would
up
be a
to
story.
watch. There would be quite a story.
What'd you do last weekend?
when people like, I go on dates and they're like, am I going to be content? I'm like, well, at some point you will be content. Like
Right.
I can't really not admit to that, but like I don't go on dates for content. This is something
For
where I'm
content,
like,
right.
it's a little bit like, of course I'm not like going to some rando's baby being born, I'm
Right.
going to your baby being
Yes.
born, but there's a piece of me that's like, that would be fun and hilarious.
It probably would be.
Maybe I can keep the energy up. I'd be the energy guy.
Yeah, you'd be the
I'd go get coffee.
the hospital clown.
Yeah, Patch
Yeah.
Adams, put on the red nose.
Just making uncomfortable comments to make everyone uncomfortable in
All the
room.
time.
Right? Yeah. Micromanage cutting the cord.
Oh,
I'm trying to cut the cord.
Oh.
I'm trying to cut her cord.
Yeah, I got the
personally.
cord.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to make it a cord train where I cut her cord, Mike cuts my cord.
Oh, really?
We do a
like a human centipede
yes,
situation.
basically. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't even know that was like a thing. You cut the cord. Does it hurt the person?
I think
Does
that's
it hurt the
I think
horse?
that's a thing.
Have you
I
ever
mean,
seen that
what?
on TikTok?
I know. I don't think they feel it. I would assume.
It's your body. It's your cord.
But it's like it. That's a good question. I don't think you would feel it.
I don't think cutting someone's
I mean,
body
it needs
is
to be
unfelt.
It needs to be cut though.
There's
stay-
doctors. We have doctors that listen to the show, which I can't believe, and they're like listening, like, "Oh, you idiots, shut up."
Is it? I hope it's not hard to cut. Could you cut it wrong?
Shouldn't you know these things?
Could you fuck
You're
it up?
having the-
I've never had one before. I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Ask your parents
They won't. My parents don't know anything
about a cord.
about anything.
Right.
Maybe I'll come.
All right.
All right, this is
I'll,
a week maybe. Have I answered these questions?
It's a
from
week
you?
maybe to a week invitation. I would say. So
Oh,
we'll see if
okay.
that's-
So this might be
Yes.
an invitation.
I mean, I probably want to discuss it with Mike.
Just yeah, Mike. He does have a word in
Before
this,
giving
too.
you, a full confirm.
Let's get further in
I
this.
think he'd think it was pretty fun, but yeah, I might want to discuss it with the surrogate.
You know what's
also.
funny? Hey,
You're
we got
like,
a
what?
guy.
This isn't. I'm not a lock. I'm like,
Right.
I might need
Well,
to,
yeah,
you
no,
know.
it's fair. There's people that this needs to go through. It's funny though too. Like you and I live in this weird world.
Where everything is content?
Everything is
Yes.
everything is like to be joked about.
Right.
And everything is just kind of weird. Like it's never been done this way. Like like we're the first. Podcasts 30. We were just talking about like you had the tickets for the airplane. Mike and like has to kind of go through this like normal world of like question, like his questions are totally valid.
Right.
Like he'd have to like go to his parents and be like, yeah, so Jared's going to the delivery room. And he'd have to answer their questions. Like where that would be annoying if I were Mike. Like I'd
Right.
be like,
That there's-
they
there's
think
all
it's
these
funny.
other
And then the
people.
mom going, who would think that's funny?
Yeah, or I mean, just having to explain that to like anyone.
Right.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna go pick up the baby. Oh, that's so great. Yeah.
I would-
So it's just you and Jordana. He's like at the office and he's telling you,
Well, there's also comedian. instead of a doula or a midwife,
Yeah.
we decided to bring a single 40-year-old comedian
Who has no relation
Yes.
to the topic
Who has
whatsoever.
no expertise on birth at all, but is just going to make uncomfortable commentary.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
right. Well, let's see what happens.
would be
This is a
fun, yeah.
It would be fun. I would enjoy myself.
That would be like my favorite thing to tell my mom because she wants desperately to be invited to come, and I'd be
Really?
like, "Sorry, there's no room. We're at our capacity." Because
Who's going? What are we talking about today? It's
All
a
right.
Friday feels. Again, that weird week. Some podcasts take this week off. I just want to make sure
yes,
people
not
are-
us.
Yeah,
we were offered.
We
said
were
no.
offered. We said no. We said nope. We have never taken a week off on this show.
Yes.
We want to make sure that it's not enough that we succeed, it's that others fail.
Yes.
So
Be
we
better
need
than
you
the
to
rest.
know that if your podcast took a week off this week with like a best of episode,
They don't care about you.
there we go. So just to let you know, we care about you so much that we ask of you this. Share, share, share. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. Share, comment, like, all the things. Put it on your Instagram story. I kind of consider that a form of payment.
Yes.
There's ways to pay for this show. You can support the sponsors. They give you promo codes and all that stuff. You can join the subscription service. That's a really like kind of straight line to payment. You pay a fee, you get the episodes early, you get no ads, you can watch it, or you get our benefits episodes. That's a way to pay. All of this involves goods for services. Like I feel comfortable saying this because we have a great product here. If you like our Instagram post, if you post it to your stories, I consider that payment too. If you comment on YouTube or Spotify, that is payment to me. So, and if you even just text a friend, hey, this part of this episode was really funny, you should take a look, I consider that a full-on payment for the enjoyment we're offering here. So, and I like to make this in money terms because some people feel uncomfortable with the topic. I don't.
I don't either.
So those are all great ways to love and enjoy this podcast and make sure that you spread the word. And let me just say, thank you for listening. We love doing
Yes,
it.
we
So
do.
we don't just come in here because we don't want to be here. This is great.
Yeah,
So
and because this is a weird week, we're going to start off with a weird video.
Let's start with a weird
V saw,
video.
And she showed to me this morning. You're about to see it.
I haven't seen it yet. This is going to be a live reaction to
Yeah.
V's algorithm. Remember, this is on V's algorithm.
Yes.
However weird this is.
This video made me uncomfortable. I'm
Really?
excited to get into it.
Okay,
Yes.
let's see it.
So basically, this video, just a little context before we get into the video. The video is by this guy named Ricky. He's a Canadian influencer. He posts real life vlogs about
Ricky
dating
Canada.
life. Yes.
Ricky Canuck.
Real life vlogs about dating, life, and self improvement. He's 35. He works from his family construction business.
Sounds like this guy's going to be a real fun hang.
Yes. And he writes a lot about how he's actively looking for a wife and talking about not settling. And he was on Matchmaker Maria's podcast. Apparently, he said
Okay.
that a first date should be a marathon date, and the best date.
I've heard this guy's advice.
No
It
coffee
is-
dates. Expect more from men. So
Yeah,
I had never heard of him. He has like over 300,000 followers, so he's fair game for us to make fun of.
Sure.
because he's putting
I've
the
heard he's
content
pretty
out.
brutal.
Yeah, and I saw that I had never heard of him before, but I got a chance to see this video, and we're gonna watch it and do some reactions. Do you
So
want to bring
this
that
is-
here just so we could like see it? I feel like there's
Yeah, I can see it.
you could see it.
So
I've
this
already
is
seen it, so
Ricky,
you could leave it. Yeah, you could leave it there if he can see it.
good looking dude, dating expert.
He looks
and
like he's in a
construction-
gondola.
He does look like he's in a guy. He's very Canadian.
Yeah.
Off in the Canadian mountains in the Rockies.
And we're gonna play his little video.
So this is
it's
his
end
video.
of the year video.
It's what?
It's his end of the year
This
video
is
about
end of the year.
Yeah, so we're gonna get into it.
And he's a dating expert.
I mean, he says
self-proclaimed-
family construction. Is that okay?
He's a
Yes.
foreman slash
He
dating
talks about
expert.
dating a lot.
Okay, talks about
Yes.
dating. Okay. Hold on. The real reason I'm single and I normally don't share this. So he's about to be vulnerable.
I normally don't share this, but since I'm going to stop talking about dating in 2026, I might as well let you guys know because I've known this for a very, very long time. And it's quite simple. It's a tough pill to swallow, but I can do it because I like to think I'm fairly self-aware. So before you comment anything, watch till the end, the very end of this video. So the real honest reason why I'm single is because I'm into women who are just out of my league. Simple as that. My standards are so high that it's not attainable for the current version of myself. I'm going after women who are being chased after by professional athletes, musicians, billionaires, mega entrepreneurs, just male models, people who are better looking than me, have more money than me, probably more emotional, mature than I am, probably more mentally stable than I am, probably way richer than I am, or maybe even all of the above. And that's okay because I'm self-aware enough to know that. Now, here's where a lot of you are going to be like, well, you know what, then maybe you should lower your standards. And I've heard it a million times. And my answer to that is absolutely not. I will never lower my standards. This is not what we should be teaching society, that if you can't get what you want, instead of working harder to go get it, you should just aim lower. Absolutely not. Instead of aiming lower and lowering my standards, why don't I just become a better man? Why don't I just improve on the areas that I need to improve so I can get the type of women that I want to get? And now this is the tough pill to swallow for a lot of you.
Music's working in.
It was for myself as well. Sometimes you can want something so bad and think you're good enough to get it.
The music
but
is
the world
killing
doesn't
me.
think so. That's where you need to be self-aware, look in the mirror and have those deep conversations with yourself, maybe through therapy or whatever else it is, and say, hey, maybe I'm just not good enough right now. Maybe let me put in the work. Let me disappear for 6 months. Let me get to work. Let me put my head down, work so damn hard that the version of myself that I am right now won't even recognize the new version I become. And this is coming from someone who is, in their opinion, my personal opinion, I'm in one of the best places I've ever been in my entire life.
It's killing
For
it.
my age, I believe I'm exactly where I need to be emotionally, physically, financially, like mentally. I'm exactly where I think I need to be.
Well,
but apparently I'm not in the eyes of some of the women that I'm with. So that's why I
their
don't get
problem.
mad when I can't get my perfect person, my future wife. If everyone's like, oh, you can't get I can get a girlfriend. If I lowered my standards, I can get one, no
So
questions
you know.
asked.
Anytime.
But I will not lower my standards, and I will never teach my future kids to ever
You ain't
lower
gonna
their
do that.
standards.
Not as future
If you
kids.
want something, you go and get it. Work your freaking ass off and become the version of yourself that you need to do to go get it. Anyways. You guys want to know the real
Anyways.
Oh my God.
He was like almost there.
No. He was never even close
No.
for me.
Oh my
I
God.
knew what he was doing from minute one.
The sound.
The music.
How do you
is-
put the music on that thing with a straight face? Is just like
He's but he's self-aware.
he's self-aware. He's self-proclaimed self-aware. Yes.
Yeah. This is a manipulative person. That's why he has a following. He is manipulating the audience, and what he's doing is he's speaking. This is
Not
why,
well, in my opinion, but I guess
No,
maybe
it's
it works
pretty-
for some people.
It
Yeah.
works online because all he has, he brings up buzzwords.
Right.
And he brings up very disagreeable things, and he's doing the flip, where he's like, "This is why I have a problem." He's making himself
Right. He's trying to pretend to be vulnerable.
just like all you losers. I'm a loser, and I'm not. But I'm not. I'm doing okay, but I'm not gonna date other losers like me just because because other people
I'm not gonna
says
settle for losers like
right.
me.
He's like being
Right.
falsely self-deprecating.
Yeah.
All of it is like
I'm doing great for my age, but
right. This is
I'm
like
gonna do better.
like the dictionary. You know how they do like a word of the year.
Yeah.
This should be the video. The word of the year this year was rage bait.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I
It
like
was-
that.
That was the word of
Okay.
the year, the phrase of the year. Rage bait was the 2025 word of the year, and to me, this is the video that goes under it because this video is made specifically to gain two sides of a debate. Like he doesn't like all that shit. He doesn't believe. Like that's like the craziest video I've ever seen.
You know what part don't you think he believes?
None of it. I think none of it.
What do you
was
think he actually believes?
This is a mathematical equation of how do I get more followers
To get people, like, angry at
right.
him?
Like, well, we all go towards what gets you the views.
Okay.
So the way you get views is get people arguing. So they're going to get people going, never lower your standards because I'll never lower. Like he'll get equally crazy people
Right.
or people that he's trying to manipulate to go, I'll never lower my standards. And like the whole thing falls on his face when and I read this. So I read this. You put this this was I had notes on this guy and I thought it was an email.
Okay.
And my
Yeah.
takeaway from the email that I thought we had was like the way he views himself is how he views these women. Like it's actually mean.
Right.
Like he's like
actually
I
quite
don't-
insecure.
It's the most
Yes.
insecure thing I've ever heard. This idea that I don't have enough, I'm not rich enough, and he's also creating straw women. They don't exist.
Right. Because
He's
they're only
created-
interested in billionaires.
Right. Who
Yes.
name the woman? Name
Right.
the woman who turned you down because she said, I'm interested in...
This is who I'm competing with.
Right, you're competing with who? He never names names because they don't exist. I can do this with... People do this on stage all the time.
you think he doesn't believe...
I was in a coffee shop in Brooklyn, this hipster who was wearing this sweatshirt and that, and you just paint a picture and then you go, right, isn't that guy a piece of shit? And it's like, person doesn't exist. It's lazy writing, it's lazy comedy, it's lazy, it's not vulnerable. It actually like enrages me. I'm getting more and more angry as I talk about this guy.
Here's my question to you.
And it's why this podcast, to me, like, we're sitting here being vulnerable and being honest, and like, there's no win for us.
Right.
I mean, it was a pretty popular show. We're very self-aware.
We could have any show we want.
Right. We could,
but we don't want just any show.
but these people out there, they just want to turn us down, because we don't have enough money.
Right. Well, here's my question to you.
He looked like he was going to turn around. I'm sorry to interrupt. He looked like he was going to turn around and start directing planes into the airport with his orange jacket. Like,
well, I have a question for you. Is this like a sentiment that some men do feel but don't say out loud? Of like, my type or the kind of woman I want is not interested in me. It wants a guy who's more successful, more,
I guess,
better
losers,
looking, whatever.
Losers do. Like, I don't really kind of like... It's
like I need to better
there's
myself to get this woman to be attracted to me instead of these other guys.
I think there's another way of thinking about it that's more vulnerable, that's actually more honest. And I've mentioned it here. I've talked about it. Right, this guy's like right on the, like you said, he's like right on the inch. He's right on the like the goal line of like an actual point.
Right.
Which is like, okay, what does create value? Like, I knew he was going to say high value woman. I knew he was going to say that. Like,
did he say that?
At the end he said high value woman, which I knew was coming. Like, which is the biggest eye roll in the world. Anyone who says high value anything,
what does that mean?
Should be left off.
What
the
is high
planet.
value?
Like,
hot?
Again, it's a vague phrase description
right.
that only enrages people.
Right.
Because then you go, well, what is it? The natural thing? What is it?
Hot woman?
Well, here's the thing. What he's talking about, the way men are looked at in society, so like is,
sure.
Do you have a job? Are you able to provide? Like, those are very old school ways to think about it. But they're true today. Like, we look at the ick. A lot of women get the ick, and a lot of their icks kind of revolve around like a man kind of not being manly.
Emasculating qualities.
Right.
Yeah.
They fall over. So they look, and you can trace it all back to they can't provide or protect. And those are all real things that women are attracted to.
Right. In the same way that men are attracted to good looks.
Right. But when you put a number on it, exactly.
Sure.
Like societally.
Nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with admitting to that. But to say, well, there's this tier of women where I don't have enough.
Right.
Because then what's enough? And it's like, this is a good looking dude who knows how to put a few sentences together. Like, he doesn't believe any of this.
Right.
And he goes, I'm financially fine. I'm at the best place I've ever been. So if you're at the best place you're ever in and you're good with yourself, then what is this?
Right. Well, to me, all this says is there's a problem with you, not that you're aiming too high, but that what you're looking for are these extremely superficial things that these women you're looking for are also going to be looking for those things.
Right. How you see yourself is how you see the world.
Right. So it's like you don't think you're good enough because that's all you care about.
Right.
So you're angry at these women, hypothetical women, for thinking you're not as successful as a famous musician billionaire.
Right.
But you only want them because you guys both value the same things.
And now what's he doing? Like, what's he doing? DMing, like, is he DMing, like, Carly Kloss? Like, is he like,
right.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to, I don't even know, to put a name behind it, like, makes it annoying. Like, I'm just saying, like, is he DMing a supermodel that is like a famous, like, Heidi Klum type?
Right.
And
he's mad. I'm never going to lower my standards.
Right. Okay. Like, I guess.
Right.
Like, I don't know who he's DMing. And then putting himself against, I don't know. The whole thing makes me depressed.
It just seems like such a huge loser. It's like if I...
This guy's going to watch every word that we talk about.
Totally. No, if I saw a video that like Mike had put up like that, I would like divorce him. I just think it's such a losery, like sad way of like
but this is
looking at the world.
Right. It is. I mean, the whole thing about looks and the money, and you go, And we live in a world right now where it's very easy to compare just because social media, you can go watch anyone's account and see how they live.
Right.
So I do understand the idea of like, have I made enough? And going down this road with a specific person. Like if he had a story of, hey, I went on a date with this girl and she was like, you can't provide for me. Like we watched that movie, the movie
Materialists.
The Materialist was kind of on this subject of like, what do you go with? Like the woman deciding between, being secure financially or being wildly in love with a guy who caters a wedding.
Yes, and what I said in that movie was like, it's okay to want something in between.
Right.
Like, it's okay to want to date someone who at 40 has their own apartment. That's not the same as like you must date the billionaire who owns the whole building. Like valuing financial security and being like, I'm settling by not dating the CEO of Amazon is like they're two different things.
This guy ruins the dating conversation. Yeah. I don't even know. I'm sorry. I've heard of this guy only because I think he went on Matchmaker Maria's podcast and he had this whole thing about marathon dates. I was like, none of this even makes sense. It doesn't even come from a proper place. Like I don't. Right. And I'm not saying I'm better than him. I'm just saying.
I think you are.
I think I'm being more honest. I'm allowing myself to be. I'm not. To me, this is a grifter. This is a snake oil salesman.
Right.
This is a scam. This is the male side of dating that takes over the internet conversation that I think is a bad actor.
You don't think you think this is overblown? That most men aren't thinking about who's the highest value woman. And again, like I don't think there's. I think that anyone who's talking in those terms is like an anomaly, like loser weirdo. But like a guy who's like I could attract a better looking, better woman if I had more success.
The reason manipulative stuff like this works is because there is an ounce of truth.
Right. Well, that's what I'm asking.
The ounce of truth is the guy you're dating who says he's not ready. It's a lot to do with like where he feels he stands in the ability to provide, where he sees his life going, where, the path he's on. This is why I think it's easier to settle down, not settle, but settle down when you have, okay, I'm working at a law firm and the next year I'll be here and the next year I'll be there and I have a plan. Like, if you're talking to a guy and he can't really tell you what his plans are career-wise, I could tell you right now it's probably low chance that he's ready to be just, like, whisked away in a relationship.
Right.
I think those two are correlated.
Well, that makes it more about him than about you.
That's the point, is that's where this video falls off. He's, like, doing
He's making it about them.
He's making it about them and how they turn him down because he's not enough. No, he thinks he's not enough.
Right.
Not
he wants to make that kind of money. Right. He wants to be right.
He's putting vulnerabilities. He's saying screw vulnerability. The vulnerable thing, and that's why I kind of like defend a lot of these guys who are like, when they're like, he's non-committal. Well, there's another emotional thing going on the male side. Like, whether you want to admit that or not, they're going through something too. That's why when we have women right in here that every man is a manipulative mastermind. And I'm like, no, he's going through his own shit.
Right.
And you're trying to figure out which way to go, and you're probably playing against yourself.
Yeah.
So again, these things, a good manipulator uses truth and then like kind of weaponizes it a little bit.
His issue is he's not good at it.
He was good enough to make, he's got, here's the thing, that on TikTok, how many views does that got on TikTok? I promise you it did pretty well. That's the sad part. Like 15,000 likes, 15,000 people
who were agreeing,
who felt, boy, he's speaking to my soul. 400,000 people watched that.
I don't even know if I would date someone who liked that video.
I wouldn't.
All right, let's do an Icky or Picky.
Let's do it. UUP at Betches.com. Send yours in. Icky or Picky is the game that is sweeping the country right now. You are dating someone, you get the ick. Is your ick valid, or are you being a little picky?
Let's find out.
Go for it.
Okay. Dear Hi J&J, needs some advice. I, 24, female, met a guy, male 32, at a speed dating event. We clicked immediately, and he asked for my number that night. He texted the next day and bought us tickets to a holiday pop-up bar. That's fun. That evening,
love that. Holiday pop-up bar.
Yeah, what's that one? Rolf's or something?
Rolf's is great, but that's year-round, too.
Oh, is it?
Aren't they doing it year-round? I mean, I went to a holiday pop-up bar after my show in Columbus, and they had this whole awesome, like, setup.
Great date idea.
Great date idea. This time of year.
Tickets. He got tickets. That evening, while texting, he casually mentioned he had a soon-to-be 6-year-old son at 8 p.m. after he already bought the tickets. I was shocked and let him know having a child was a deal breaker. Okay.
Okay.
The next morning at 6 a.m., he revealed he doesn't have a human child. He was joking. My friends and I were stunned. I considered canceling the date because it felt like a line was crossed, but I went anyway. The date went well, and we have a second one planned, but I'm definitely wary. I felt this is a bit weird and kind of icked out. He pretends to have a kid, but it's actually his dog, not ready to be a dog mom. Are you ready? I'll be
Be her. I'll be him.
Okay. Wow, you have a son? That's so exciting. I'm really surprised to hear you say that, though.
What a liar. That's so exciting.
No, that's a no for me. I'm out. Okay.
But I'm excited.
Yeah, that's so exciting. I'm really surprised to hear that, though. I would have to say that probably is a deal breaker for me. There's a way to say that without saying that's a deal breaker for me. This is very kind of like weird.
I have further opinions on this. I'm not on her side.
All right. I would have to say that probably is a deal breaker for me. I know you already bought the tickets for Thursday, so how would you like to proceed?
Winston is very sad. You don't want to see him. Crying face emoji. Here are a few pictures of my soon-to-be 6-year-old son.
And then
it's a
picture
Frenchie.
of the.
It's a very cute dog.
Yeah, it's cute with a little ducky.
He's got PJs on.
Yeah. I know I said having a son was a deal breaker, but that was before I saw how cute he was.
Look at who turned her,
right.
Changed her tune.
I love his little PJs. Did you two have a Christmas photo shoot?
Ha ha ha, got ya, winking face emoji. Sorry for the little heartbreak and actually thinking I had a human child.
Not gonna lie, I was very shook at first. Haha.
What do you think?
I think the way she responded to him having a son was like quite harsh.
I agree with you.
When she thought it was a son. I know that's not their question.
With no child on the way, felt
Yeah.
the same way.
Right.
So just to let people, I don't want people being
I think it's totally fine that it is a deal breaker for her,
Right.
but I just think the way to say it, there's like a more polite,
there's a classier way
to say that than like deal breaker out.
Right.
Like, oh, I didn't know that. I'm not really sure that I'm ready to be dating someone with a kid. I know that
Right.
comes with a lot of whatever. Not like, fuck that.
Well, she goes, it's a deal breaker for me.
Yeah.
How would you like to proceed? Just totally cutthroat.
Yeah.
Like, also, I have to say, we love a screenshot email. We want you guys to keep sending your screenshots. How you send the screenshots to us is very important.
She's cutting some stuff out.
She cut out how we got here. And I have to assume it's for a reason, to make herself look better. Do we have the other texts?
Yeah, they didn't.
But what's said before, wow, you have a son? Like, how did he, because I'm looking at this, it is weird to say I have a son and then the next morning be like, well, Winston's very sad and show the dog.
Right.
Like, I just don't know how.
I could see if he's trying to be like cheeky.
Right. And then also if I got back that response like, deal breaker, I'm out. How do you proceed?
Right.
I'd be like, well, maybe I don't want to date her.
Well, that's my thought. Yeah.
I guess that is where this is where I should tell you that I have a very soon to be 6-year-old son. Is that a deal breaker for you? Oh, that kind of helps.
Yeah,
her.
that helps her where she's
Right.
like, it is kind of a deal breaker for me.
Okay. So
Yeah. I think that, and then she says, wow, you have a son. That's so exciting.
right.
Right. This guy is annoying. It is annoying that he did phrase it like that.
Yeah, he kind of threw again, this is why we have the screenshots. We like to know what's going on. When you say I have a son, that is a jolting thing. You are in a position of power that you're using to fuck with someone.
Right. After the date is already planned.
Right.
They both stink. I'm just kidding. No, he's
this
worse.
is a bad
Yeah, yeah.
faith conversation.
She looks better after
She looks
getting
way
the
better.
yeah.
No. To say this is a deal breaker, that kind of makes sense. Everything makes more sense.
Right.
But to wait until the next morning at 5:24 a.m., she did get back at 10:39. So he says, I guess this is where I tell you that I have a son, soon to be 6-year-old son. She gets back at 10:39. So maybe if he wakes up at 5:24 a.m. to text her back, maybe he goes to bed really early. That's how he left the conversation. It's a weird place to leave the conversation.
Right.
But if I'm to I don't think this is something. I don't think this is like a ick. I think it's a little picky.
For her?
Yeah.
About him? I think it's a little icky the way he presented it, where it was clear he was fucking with her almost.
Right.
It does feel like a little bit of a test.
It does. Yeah, the way it's being done.
Right.
Especially because you've met already, you have the date planned, you got the tickets, and then you're like, oh, also, I should let you know.
Yeah.
Hope it's not a deal breaker. I have a son. Like, that's a pretty big thing to have not told someone if you have an actual son. So I do understand where she feels like I was lied to. You didn't bring up our kid.
And then is that a deal breaker for you?
Right.
Is also like a weird way to phrase it.
And it's also...
That's something you would say before you ask someone on the date.
Right, now I'm getting even more icked out because it's also a way from his perspective, if I'm to put myself in his shoes, of like making sure she wants to be chill and casual.
You think?
Well, hey, does this thing that would make this very real and serious a deal breaker for you? And then she's like, deal breaker. And he's like, oh, okay, good. It's just a dog. We can fuck now. Like, it's a little bit to make sure everyone knows where we stand as a dating couple.
Yeah, and it's sort of making the whole date into a joke a little bit.
Right.
Like, I don't think we should be like fucking with each other before we've even met.
Yeah, well, they met at the speed dating event. But
or
they
whatever.
haven't- But
or before where you're like...
It's just, I don't like, I guess, like, if I was like, is it a deal breaker that I have a disease?
Like, just so you know, I don't pay for anything on a date. I believe in splitting. Like, is that a deal breaker? And then being like, just kidding. It's like a weird thing to just like...
Well, is it a deal breaker? I have this rare disease. And you're like, is it a deal breaker? Well, no, but is everything okay? Is there anything I should know? And I'm like, I just love to dance.
Right. That's
Right?
annoying.
Like, it's annoying.
Yeah.
Like, why are you doing this to people?
Right.
Yeah,
You're putting
I
them in
wouldn't
like a weird position. He seems just like a kind of annoying weird guy. I think that's more the deal breaker.
Right. This is a tough one. And also, he's 32 and she's 24. So she's already like getting over the fact, like, I'm young, he's older. He could have a son. Like, it's not like, like, this isn't a crazy thing
That's
for
what
a
I'm
32.
saying.
Yeah.
It's not like funny.
The more we know, the more I'm icked out by him.
I'm icked out by like this joke that he's made that isn't funny and not really well timed and in an inappropriate context. Like, if it was in person, if he did it in person and then showed her the
Different.
pictures right away, cute.
The
fine.
time in between
Oh, by the
is
way, I
the-
didn't tell you I have a son, and then she could be like, "What? You have
Whoa.
a son?" And he's like, "Well, let me show you a picture."
I do the same.
That would be
totally.
cute.
I mean, the time in between, the time he waited is really the icky part. Finish the bit.
Right.
You texted me this, like, that you have a son. Let's get to the end of this so that we can, like, be on even playing field. I don't have to, like, wait up all night thinking about, like, did I miss that? Did I not hear that? How mean was I? You know,
Right.
he didn't write back. I said it was a deal breaker. He asked if it was a deal breaker. Yeah, it's annoying.
Yeah, I agree.
I do a thing on a date sometimes where I'll tell my story. You know, everyone has to tell their story, and I go, yeah, well, in 2020 I moved in with my my then girlfriend, and and since then, we moved to the suburbs and we have 2 kids, and then I just come into town, and then they're like, you can see, like, what?
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, and we're married, but we have an open thing, and you just see, like, the woman, like, have a moment. I go, I'm just kidding.
Right.
Like,
It has to be in person.
Right.
It has to be immediately dispelled. And like, I don't think that, like, if you texted that to someone, if you texted that we were going to go on a date and you texted that to me, I would be like, why am I being fucked with?
Right. And then wait until the next
Yeah.
day. Yeah. So again, as these things go, listen, this is why we're not the fucking dude in Canada who's just manipulating.
Spouting out weird shit.
We can say
yeah.
when we're wrong. We can change our minds.
Yes, we started off one way,
Yeah.
changed it around.
Came all the way around.
This
So
guy's being icky. Yeah. All right. We solved dating.
we did it. We solved it again. We got one more episode in the year 2025. And listen, thank you guys for listening. Thank you for telling a friend. Back next week.
Bye.
Boom.